In this video, we're going to go over quadratic equations where we are going to be using the formula which is x equal to negative b, positive or negative, the root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So you are going to understand that any quadratic equation must be in the form of f of x equal to ax squared plus bx plus ac, where a it is the coefficient of x squared, and then b it is the coefficient of x, and then c it is a constant there. Now when you get this quadratic equation, the one which they have asked us to find, you're going to find out that it is in the form of x squared minus x minus 19 equal to 0, which is similar to that. Now as you can see, you get the coefficient of x squared, which is a 1, because 1 it is invisible. Also for the coefficient of x, which is negative x, you are going to understand that it will be negative 1. And also the constant, which is a c, it will be negative 19. Now when you reach at this point, you just have to get your formula, which is x equal to negative b, positive or negative, the root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a, like that. And then you are going to substitute our values that we have found. So our x will be equal to negative, now you get the value of b, which is negative 1, so you put negative 1 where there was b, and then positive or negative, the root of our b squared. So since our b it is negative 1, therefore you're going to have negative 1 everything squared minus 4, and then our a, as you can see, it is 1, so you put a 1 there, and then our c it is negative 19, so you say open bracket negative 19, and then you close the bracket, everything divided by 2. Now our a, as you can see, it is just a 1, so you write a 1 there. Therefore you use simple algebra to come up with the values. Now when we say negative multiplied by negative 1, it will be positive 1, and then you write your positive or negative, the root of, now negative 1 everything squared, it is positive 1, and then you are going to have negative 4 multiplied by 1 multiplied by negative 19. You can use your calculator, you're going to get positive 76, like that, over 2 multiplied by 1 is just a 2, and then you say x will be equal to 1, positive or negative, the root of 1 plus 76, it will be 77, everything divided by 2. Now when you reach at this point, you're going to understand that we have a positive and a negative there, so which simply means that we need to separate this. Therefore our x will be equal to 1 plus the root of 77 over a 2, or now we get for the negative, we say x will be equal to 1 plus the root of 77 over a 2, like that. And then you solve this separately, you also solve this separately. So what you do, we are going to begin with the one which has a positive value. So we are going to say x will be equal to 1 plus 77, the root of 77 over a 2. So our x will be equal to, now you can use the calculator to come up with the value of the root of 77. So there you have 1 plus the root of 77, it is 8.774964387, like that, everything divided by a 2, and then our x will be equal to, now we add plus a 1, so when you say 1 plus 8.774964387, you are going to get 9 0.774964387, like that, everything divided by 2. Now you divide 2 into 9.77496438. You are going to get 4.8874821994, and then you say therefore your first answer will be x equal to. Now remember, they have said that two decimal places, which simply means that we are going to get 4. Now the decimal places, these are numbers that are after the point. So these numbers, which is 8 8874821994, these are decimal places. Therefore we are going to say 8. Now as you can see, 8 and 7 here, 7 is greater than 5, therefore we can round off, whereby 7 is going to donate a 1 to 8, and then it becomes a 9, like that. That is your first answer. Now for your second answer will be the one for the negative, which will be x equal to, sorry, here we are supposed to put a negative because the other one was supposed to have a negative. So we are going to say x equal to 1 minus the root of 77, everything divided by a 2. Therefore we are going to say x will be equal to 1 minus the root of 77, it is 8.774964387, like that, everything divided by 2. So x will be equal to, now when you say 1 minus 8.774964387, you are going to get negative 7.774964387, like that, over a 2. Your x will be equal to, now you divide this by 2, your answer will be negative 3.8874821994, like that. And then you say x, therefore your second answer, x will be equal to negative 3.89, because 7 is greater than 5, and then to donate a 1 to 8. So that's how you find this quadratic equation using the formula. You just have to be extra careful when you are substituting your values under the formula. So you can even put or like that. Now for the second question, is saying solve the equation. The equation, it is 3x plus 5 over x equal to 12. We should solve this equation, and then we give our answers correct to two decimal places. So which simply means that there's a possibility for us to find the value of x at two different the value of x in two different form. So now when you have something which is like this, what you have to do is you have to make sure that it is in the form of f of x equal to ax squared plus bx plus a c. So in this case, we don't know our a, we don't know our b, and then we don't know our c. Therefore we must manipulate this into this form. So what you do, you say here this is same as over a 1, you look for the common denominator, which is x, and then you say 1 into x, it is x, and then x multiplied by 3x, it is 3x squared, and then x into x, it is 1 multiplied by 5, it is positive 5, like that, equal to 12. Now when you have something which is like this, as you can see, it is equal to 12. So this 12 is same as over 1. Since there's an equal sign there, we cross multiply. Therefore x will multiply with 12 and 1 will multiply with 3x squared plus 5. So it will be 3x squared plus 5 multiplied by 1, it is just 3x squared plus 5 equal to 12 multiplied by x, like that. Therefore it will be 3x squared plus 5 equal to 12 multiplied by x, it is 12x, like that. And then we arrange this in the form of ax squared plus bx plus ac equal to 0. So when you reach at that point, you just say 3x squared, when 12x comes to the other side, to be 12x, like that, plus a 5 equal to 0. This is where now we can use our formula x equal to negative b positive or negative the root of b squared minus 4ac, everything divided by 2a. Now remember, our a, it is this one, our b, it is negative 12, and then our c, it is a 5 there. So what you do when you reach at this point, you just say x equal to, now we start substituting negative, our b, to it is negative 12, so you write negative outside, and then our b, it is negative 12, and then positive or negative the root of our b, it is negative 12, so you write negative 12 there squared, and then minus, for our a, it is a 3, so you write 3, and then our c, it is a 5 there, so you write a 5, everything divided by 2. Our a, it is a 3, so you just simplify this. Negative multiplied by negative 12, it is positive 12, positive or negative the root of negative 12 squared, that is positive 144, that is positive 144, and then you say negative 4 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 5. You use your calculator, you're going to get negative 60 over 2 multiplied by 3, it is a 6 there. So you say x equal to 12 positive or negative the root of, now when you say 144 minus 60, you are going to get 84, and then you say over a 6. Now when you reach at this point, remember you have a positive and a negative, so we separate. You are going to have x equal to 12 plus the root of 84 over 6, or your x will be equal to 12, and then you get for the negative the root of 84 over a 6, like that. And then we are going to begin with this one, and then we are going to finish with this one. So what you do, you say therefore our x will be equal to, now we have 12 positive the root of 84 over a 6. Therefore x will be equal to, now we find the root of 84. So the root of 84, we are going to get so we have a 12 plus 9.1651513 everything divided by 6. Your x will be equal to, now you add 12 plus 9.1651513, it will give you 21.1651513, like that, over a 6. Your x will be equal to, now when you reach at this point, you just divide by a 6. So when we divide this by 6, we are getting 3.5275252, and then we are getting 3 2 like that, and then you say therefore x will be equal to 3.5. Remember, we are getting two decimal places, which is 1, 2, and then this number, it is greater than 5, so it will pass 1 to 2 and then to become a 3 like that. Now this is just our first answer, and then we must find our second answer for the negative part. So for the negative, we're having x equal to 12 minus the root of 84 like that over a 6. Now what you do when you reach at this point, you just say the root of 84, it is 9.1651513 like that over a 6, and then our x will be equal to, now you say 12 minus 9.1651513, therefore you are going to get 2.83484861 over a 6, and then when you reach at this point, you just say 2.8348481. You divide this by 6, you are going to get 0.472474768 like that. Therefore your second answer will be 0.4. Now remember, here we are just getting this and that. This 2, it is not greater than 5, therefore we just get a 7 like that, yeah. And then you just say therefore x is equal to 3.53, or x will be equal to 0.47. That is our final answer or final answers.